Hi everyone, this is my first video about chess on YouTube and I hope you enjoy it. Today I'm going to talk about the Italian opening, which is one of the most old openings in chess. The opening starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4 and bishop c5. This is the Italian opening. Both sides are trying to control the d4, d5 squares and the center by these two pawns. c3, this is the main variation of the opening. White tries to get the center, the d4 and e5 squares by putting this pawn to d4 square, and black responds to threaten the e4 pawn by the knight. So now there are two main lines for white. One is to play d3 to protect the e4 pawn, and the other is to play d4 to attack the center. Now in this video I'm going to explain the d4 move in detail. So d4, e4, cd4 to threaten the bishop at c5 square, bishop b4 check. Now again there are two main variations for white. One is to play bishop d2 and the other is to play knight c3 to protect the e4 pawn. Let's check them in detail here, one by one. Let's first check the bishop d2 move. Bishop d2 and knight b2. Now it seems that white gets the center, protecting the e4 pawn by the knight, and these two pawns and the bishop here trying to control the center, these squares, e5 and d5 squares, and trying to attack by d5 and e5 here. So black needs to equalize in the center. For this purpose he needs to move d5 by the same way that white did to threaten the bishop at c4 and the pawn at e5. So e d5, this is necessary, and knight d5, rook to again attack the black's king by rook e1, and castle. Now this situation seems equal because both sides are trying to control the center. White tries to control the center by this knight and this pawn, e5 and c5 squares, and the black controls the center by this d5 knight. He can simply play knight f4 and the black queen opens here, and he simply develops the bishop from g4 square and tries to develop his pieces. So the situation seems almost equal for both sides. Now let's check the other line here. Instead of bishop d2, white plays knight c3. So now, since this knight is pinned up, black simply can get this e4 pawn here, like this, because white simply cannot get this knight, and castles. Here again there are two main lines for black. Now he can get this knight by bishop or by knight here. Let's first check them. Knight taking the c3, bc3. Well, now black can return to e7 square because he simply needs to protect black's king from the rook e1 checks and attack, or he simply can get the c3 pawn. Bishop e7 is almost equal for both sides because now white simply plays rook e1 to get this line and castle, and now bishop d3 and d5. This is almost equal because again white simply controls the e file and the e5 square here, and black tries to control the e4 and c4 squares. So this position is almost equal. for both sides. If black gets the c3 after bc3 here by bishop, now white develops a strong attack by queen b3 here. Well, this is very dangerous for black because white simply threatens the bishop here and also threatens the f7 square. After bishop a1, white simply sacrifices the piece here. Bishop f7, knight the king f8, bishop a3 check here, d6, and rook e1. This is very dangerous for black because now white tries to attack from the e file and e8 square, and also taking this bishop and queen d5 like this. So this is very dangerous for black. This is why the position is not mostly used for black. And the last variation here is the bishop c3 first, instead of the knight takes c3. bc3. Now the knight takes c3 is dangerous and losing for black because black simply plays queen e1, checks, and getting this knight here at c3. So this is dangerous. The most using play for white is to castle here, queen c2 to threaten the knight, and d5, bishop d3, and f5. Again, the situation is almost equal because now white controls the e5 square and the black controls the e4 square. So this is playable and equal for both sides. There are other variations in the Italian which I'm going to explain in the other videos. Thank you for watching and see you again in the other videos. Thank you.